I watched her walk away without saying a word. No tears, no explanation, just silence. Footsteps fading and the slow echo of the door closing behind her. Some heartbreaks come like thunderstorms, loud, chaotic, unforgettable. But some feel like quiet suffocation. And that's what she gave me. A goodbye I never heard but felt in every inch of my soul. We had been together for almost 3 years. 3 years of late-night talks, messy breakfasts, and quiet routines. She used to say, "You feel like home." And for a long time I believed I was. We weren't perfect, no one is, but we were real. I'd cook dinner while she sang in the kitchen. She'd leave tiny sticky notes in my books with little messages. Page 67, I miss you already. Page 145, you're my favorite chapter. We made plans, simple ones like taking a road trip with no destination, and big ones like saving for our first place with a little garden and maybe a dog. I thought we were building a life. I thought we were growing in the same direction. Sometimes roots split underground without anyone noticing. Her distance didn't show up all at once. It came slowly, so gradually it felt like my fault for not stopping at sooner. Shorter texts, quieter dinners, eyes that didn't meet mine as much. She smiled, but her smile didn't reach her eyes. She laughed, but it never echoed like it used to, and I knew something was breaking. But I stayed silent, terrified that asking would shatter what was left. Then one night, after we ate in silence, she stood up, grabbed her coat, and said she needed some space. I followed her to the door, heart in my throat. "Are you coming back?" I asked, voice barely holding together. She paused, looked at me, and in that one glance, I saw everything unravel. "I don't know," she said softly. Stood in the hallway long after she was gone, hoping, praying I'd hear the sound of her keys or the creak of the door. But all that came was silence. The first night without her I didn't sleep. The bed felt like a stranger. The walls echoed. With memories I didn't know how to silence. Days passed. Then weeks. Each one heavier than the last. I texted her twice, once to ask if she was okay, another time to say I miss you. She never replied. Instead, I saw her on social media smiling in places we never visited, with people I didn't recognize. She looked free, like she'd been holding her breath with me and had finally exhaled. And it broke me, but I didn't reach out again. I respected her silence, even if it suffocated me. Friends told me to move on, to let her go. But how do you let go of someone you saw your future with? If you don't just delete dreams, you grieve them. So I rebuilt, quietly, painfully. I stopped checking her profiles. I deleted her number not out of anger, but for survival. I filled my time with the gym, books, guitar lessons, even therapy. The days slowly stopped feeling like empty shadows. And I started to breathe again, not deeply, but enough to stay afloat. A full year passed. 12 months of rediscovery. Of learning how to laugh alone, of understanding that healing isn't linear, but it is possible. Then one Sunday afternoon, while vacuuming my apartment, the doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone. I opened it, and there she was. She hadn't changed much, same eyes, same freckles on her cheeks, same scent. Like cinnamon and something I once called home, but something in her was different. Her smile was hesitant, almost broken. "Hey," she said quietly. I stared, not with anger, but with the stillness of someone who has lived through a storm and now stands in the aftermath. She stepped inside and invited, but not unwelcome, and we stood there, surrounded by echoes of everything we used to be. She looked around the room, the couch we cuddled on, the bookshelf she helped organize, the tiny plant by the window we picked out together. "I know I shouldn't be here," she started, her voice cracking, "but I had to see you." I stayed, silent. "I've thought about this moment 1,000 times," she said, tears welling up. "I thought I needed freedom, thought I needed space to figure myself out. I thought I was missing something out there." She took a breath, but all I found was noise. Nights that felt empty, people who didn't really see me. She finally looked into my eyes. "You gave me something I never appreciated until I lost its steadiness, peace, love, real love." Her voice broke. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I was selfish. I hurt you. I disappeared when you needed me. I've regretted it every single day." I looked at her and I realized something strange. I wasn't angry. I wasn't aching. I wasn't waiting anymore. I had loved her deeply. But I had outgrown the version of me that waited by the door. I used to dream of this moment, I admitted. Of you coming back, saying all the things I wanted to hear, hoping we'd try again. She nodded, tears falling freely now. "But something's changed," I continued. "Not just in you, in me." She stepped closer. "Do you still love me?" she asked softly, paused. "I think a part of me always will. But I love myself. More now." She cried harder, and I let her be, 'cause this time, the pain wasn't mine to carry. "I'm glad you found clarity," I said gently. "But I'm not the man you left, and this isn't the home you remember." There was a silence between us, but this time it wasn't heavy. It was honest. She nodded. "I get it. I just needed to say it out loud, even if it changes nothing." She walked toward the door, the same door she walked out of a year ago. But this time, she paused and turned. "Thank you," she said, "for loving me, for letting me go, for showing me what I was too blind to see." I watched her leave. Again, no bitterness, no resentment, just quiet acceptance. Stood there for a while. Same hallway, same door. But a completely different heart. She walked away once, and this time, I did too. Only now, I was walking towards something stronger. Something unshakable.